can write poems using poetic techniques such as alliteration. There are about 5 keywords there. What 5 keywords am I looking at? Dolores, give me one.
Altercation.
Altercation?
Alliteration.
Alliteration. All right, underline alliteration. What else? Isabel.
Techniques.
Put the word before it.
Poetic techniques.
Poetic techniques. Underline poetic techniques. There's 2 more. Jasmine.
Poem.
Okay, underline poems. What are you going to be doing with the poem?
Right.
Writing it. Underline write. You aren't going to just be looking at poems. You're going to be writing them. Finish what I can. It has a lot of figurative language. So if I said I need a volunteer, Tamika, if I said describe this Sharpie or describe this highlighter, what would you say?
It's yellow.
It's
That's a
yellow.
picture.
What else would you say about it, Dolores?
Bright.
It's bright. What else would you say about it, Isabel?
The bottom of it is flat.
The bottom of it is flat. Okay. All right. So it's thick, thicker than a pencil. You can write with it. Everything you just gave me, you just described this literally. You just basically told me what it is. In poetry, it doesn't always do that. It gives you figurative language. It just describes it in a deeper way. So what was the first one you gave me? It's yellow. So in poetry, a poet's not going to say, oh, the marker is yellow. They're going to say what? It's yellow as the sun, or it's yellow as a flower. All that's figurative language. They're not giving you a literal meaning. What was the other one we had?
It's bright.
It's bright. So how would a poet describe this? It's bright.
Like the sun.
Bright like the sun. Bright. Bright as a car light.
Bright as a yellow star.
Bright as a star. Bright as yellow paint. There was another. A poet. So think about, poets are never going to use literal language when they write, which is what makes it confusing. They use what kind of language? They use what kind? They use figurative language. Write that definition. Figurative language. The use of words that go beyond their ordinary meaning. The very first one. The use of words that go beyond their ordinary meaning. It requires you to use your imagination to figure out what the author is trying to say. Listen to it again. I love laughing language, talk that tickles the tongue. I'm glad you came today because our game has just begun. There is something that you hear and a pattern you can see. Proudly raise your pencil when you solve the mystery. Still haven't guessed it? What are you thinking?
When they tell you to raise your pencil.
No. David, what are you thinking? Okay, Dolores, help us out.
Oh, alliteration is when, like, where it says right here, it all starts with the same letter.
Right. So you have love, laughing, language. I'll start with the letter what?
L.
L. They all have what sound? The little sound. What about talk, tickles, tongue? What sound? The t sound. That's what alliteration is. Write down. Is repeating the same beginning sound in a group of words that are close together. Notice it says The same beginning what?
Letter.
Does not say letter.
Sound.
The same beginning sound. So a minute ago, Marisol said you didn't underline the word the. Why didn't I underline the word the? It didn't have the same what, Isabel?
Sound.
It didn't have the same sound. Repeating the same beginning sound in a group of words that are close together. So if I have talk and tickle on the same line, they're close together, we can consider that alliteration. If I have talk on line 1 and tickle all the way on line 10, are those close together? No, that would not be considered alliteration. Got 2 people. Finish? 3 people, 4 people. Okay, keep going. Repeating the same beginning sound in a group of words that are close together. Right next to the definition, I want you to put 2 plus. You need at least 2 words that have the same beginning sound to be alliteration. 2 or more. Has to be 2 or more. So let's look at this slide right here. Let's look at the top one. What is that? Personal pan pizza. Is that alliteration?
Yes.
What is the same beginning sound that's being repeated?
P.
P is a letter. Puff. The puff sound is being repeated. What about SpongeBob SquarePants? Alliteration? Yes. What sound? Sound. All right. I'm going to let you talk with the people at your table, and I'll wait so I have everybody's attention. About the beginning sound in each of these sentences that makes it alliteration. I'm going to have 2 groups come up, and they're actually going to underline the words, but I want you to talk about it first. Here's your first one. Talk about what makes it alliteration with the people at your table. All right, volunteer. David for yellow table. He's going to go up and underline all the words that make an alliteration. That's it?
Yes.
I see one more. All right, good. What sound is being repeated? Good. All right, talk about number 2. Yeah. What's the question? You're talking with your group first. All right, Steven. Go ahead, it's yours. Check his work. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree. What's the beginning sound?
Pluck.
Pluck. All right, so let me think. Pluck, plump, purple, plum. I like all the alliteration that you can find. Go.
Oh, which one?
Betty's room.
Okay, I'm fine.
Work with the people at your table. Betty's room. Make sure you're on the side that says Betty's room.
There's no room. Clutters up.
Oh, dang it. This one is not.
So you can't do that. You're not noticeable.
Is that this one because it's not. Oops, sorry.
More
Just did that.
closely, I presume. Then the clutter, clustered,
Clutter and cluttered.
clean,
Clean? No, clean. No, because not club.
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 clean. These words are too small.
Oh, I just did something wrong.
In my friend Betty's room.
My
Her mother mutters
mutters.
muscularly.
Muscly.
Mother,
No, not muscly.
mother, mutter,
Mom. Emma.
So yes, all three of those.
Mawkishly.
What
And fills her room with such dread. She mutters about the muss that messes Betty's bed. Mutters, muss.
What's this one?
Mutters, muss.
A bedtime bed bounces on bedtime
Now, when
bed.
we say that they have to be close together, that does not mean they have to be all on the same line.
Mess that messes. Messes.
Mutters.
I don't think it's messes.
Messes. Yeah, messes.
Messes and mutters. Messes.
Mutters.
So what's its beginning sound?
Ma.
Ma. So that would be alliteration.
At bedtime, Betty bounces all of her objects to the floor. Each morning when she wakes up, they go on her bed once more. Morning, good morning. Morning, good morning.
There's another one I'm saying that you're missing.
Betty and bedtime.
Picture that looks like this. Using the word in the picture, you're going to create your own alliteration. So, for example, if this were mine, and I want you to try to get a sentence with 7 or more words, do they all have, all of my 7 words, do they all have to start with the R sound?
Yeah.
No, they
No.
don't have to. How
Just
many
kidding.
words do I need for it to be alliteration?
2 or more.
2 or more. So out of these 7, only 2 of them really have to start with an R for it to be alliteration. I'll probably pick more. So let's see. If I had to come up, I would say Rodney writes rides his red bike on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I need 7 or more words? Yes. Do I have alliteration?
7 up. Yes.
Yes, I have 2 or more words that start with the R sound. All right, go ahead and pick one of your pictures.
Big hill. That makes sense, right? Hillary's house is on a big hill. Hillary's house is on top of the big hill.
Hillary's house is on top of the big hill. What sound is she repeating?
H.
H sound. Go ahead.
April ate apples, and the animals ate apples. So they added baby, ate, and we did it.
So what sound is she repeating?
A.
A. Go ahead, David.
Halo runs and passes the other runners. Runners and bike riders to reach her goal.
Good. Did y'all hear his?
No.
Say it one more time.
Kayla runs and passes the other runners and bike riders to reach her goal.
Good. She runs and passes the other runners, riders, reach. Good. Go ahead. Tamika.
Sarah goes to swim in her small pool.
Sarah goes to swim in her small Cool. Isabel.
Rita runs as fast as she can to reach the finish line.